Storms are on their way back to Texas. Who's going to get hit with falling chunks of ice? Thanks to a cold front, at least. And speaking of cold front, who's going to get a cold front this week? Let's talk about it in this Tuesday edition of the Texas Weather Roundup. Good afternoon, I'm Texas Storm Chasers Baldy-in-Chief David Reimer. It is Tuesday, the 7th of May, 2024. We didn't have power here most of the night, so my apologies for not having a morning video, but you know what? At least the weather across the state this afternoon isn't doing too bad. Let's just take a look at a live satellite image with temperatures. You can see it's crystal clear across the northwestern half of Texas this afternoon with temperatures in the 80s to lower 90s. Southeastern half of the state, you can see, remains well enveloped in a tropically moist air mass with plenty of humidity. It's plenty warm here too, with temperatures in the 80s and 90s. Heat index values above 100 degrees for some folks. You can see Del Rio there sitting at about 100 degrees this afternoon. We're watching some cumulus trying to get going across portions of the hill country south central Texas this afternoon. Can't completely rule out a severe storm developing out of that. The overall chance is under 20%, but if a storm gets going, it is going to slowly move southeast to east, and it could drop some really big hail. But again, probably not going to see any storms, but if one gets going, it's going to be dropping hail. Otherwise, it'll be a quiet evening and Wednesday morning across the state of Texas. Now let's take a look at tomorrow. Storm Prediction Center highlighting the potential for scattered severe thunderstorms Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday evening across North Texas, the Ark-La-Tex, Northeast Texas, into portions of Central Texas, the Brazos Valley, and East Texas. This will be thanks to a southeastward moving dryline cool front combination that will provide enough lift for thunderstorms to fire off in a highly unstable air mass tomorrow afternoon, especially across Northeast Texas, eastern North Texas, into the Ark-La-Tex. Strongest storms tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening could produce hail up to or exceeding the size of baseballs because it's going to be so unstable. Damaging straight line winds 60 to 75 miles an hour. A couple tornadoes can't be ruled out, especially across northeast Texas, but the hail threat and the damaging wind threat will be the highest. We'll take a look at the high resolution rapid refresh model. This will be for tomorrow into Wednesday morning or afternoon, whatever. You could see that we have storms that are going to fire up along that cool front dry line combination by late Wednesday afternoon. You could see this has them just east of Dallas up in the northeast Texas. We'll see. And again, strongest storms could produce very large hail, localized damaging wind gusts, and maybe a few tornadoes, especially as you get into the Ark-La-Tex. You can see this does not really fire anything off too far west of I-35. We'll see how far the dryline cool front unzips tomorrow afternoon, evening. But again, any storms that develop will have the potential to produce big hail, strong winds, maybe a few tornadoes, and a lot of lightning. But hopefully we'll be quieting down as we get into the evening hours Wednesday into early Thursday morning. As the cool front continues to progress to the south slowly on Thursday, we could see another round of scattered thunderstorms develop during the afternoon and evening hours Thursday, this time from the eastern Concho Valley through the hill country, central Texas, north Texas, the Brazos Valley, East Texas, Southeast Texas, the Golden Triangle. The potential once again for the strongest storms to produce very large damaging hail, strong straight line winds of 60 to 75 miles an hour. The tornado threat looks very low on Thursday. This looks like a heavy rain-ish event. Not a lot of heavy rain, but I mean enough considering soils are saturated. Big hail, strong wind gust. We'll refine this as we get into tomorrow and get a better idea of how things are going to shape up for Thursday. And as we continue into the weekend, we could have the opportunity for some showers across the western half of the state on Saturday. And then it looks like we'll see scattered to maybe numerous showers and thunderstorms on Sunday. Good news is this weekend severe weather threat looks quite low. It does not look like a severe weather maker. It doesn't look like a widespread heavy rain flood maker either, but It is definitely, if you have outdoor plans this weekend, especially Sunday, you may want to keep an eye on the forecast. Here's the forecast rain totals as we head through the rest of the week into the weekend. You can see the scattered shower chances as we get into the weekend. That's really what encompasses, the Panhandle, West Texas, Northwest Texas, Texoma, the Concho Valley, the Big Country, maybe a tenth to 1/4 inch of rain. Again, not real heavy rain. And then we could see some locally heavier rains, especially when you count in the thunderstorm chances tomorrow and Thursday across parts of the Ark-La-Tex, East Texas, Central Texas, North Texas, the Brazos Valley, down into the coastal plains. The potential for 1/2 to maybe 2 inches of rain, locally higher amounts possible. And again, that could result in some localized flash flooding issues. And we'll have to keep an eye on that, especially in areas where we've seen, 2 feet of rain in the last 10 days across parts of East Texas, the Brazos Valley, Southeast Texas, and the rivers are still running quite high. But again, you don't see any of the bright reds on this map, so that at least is good. Wildfire issues the next couple of days across the western half of the state. As we continue through the week, well, now you see what it's going to look like on Sunday. Let's actually start with today. Wednesday's high temperature forecast is going to be hot tomorrow across the southern, really 75% of the state. Highs in the upper 80s, 90s to triple digits. 106 tomorrow in Laredo. We're looking at 104 Del Rio, 99 in San Antonio, about 92 in Austin, upper 90s to near 100 just inland Corpus Christi. Pretty much hovering around 90 tomorrow in Houston with heat index values above 100. Upper 80s to 90s East Texas, heat index values above 100. DFW, lower 90s, heat index values near 100. It's going to be hot. If you want some relief from the heat and humidity, head up to the Panhandle. Highs in the 70s, 80s with low humidity, but consequently a high wildfire risk. On Thursday, you're going to see temperatures comparatively cooler across the northern, let's just say 40% of the state. North of that cool front, temperatures only in the 70s and 80s, which, hey, you know what? That's a blessing for May. South of the front, highs in the 90s to triple digits, high humidity, 107 to 110 in Del Rio, about 108 in McAllen, 103 in 107 in Laredo, 103 Del Rio, about 108 in McAllen, 100 in Brownsville. It's going to be upper 90s to near 100 in Corpus Christi, low to mid 90s in Houston with heat index values 100 to 105. It's going to be hot. But as we go into Friday, you can see temperatures, we're cooling down comparatively. Highs in the 70s, northern 2/3 of Texas, much lower humidity. We'll see temperatures making it up into the 80s across southeast Texas, South Texas, the Edwards Plateau, maybe a lower 90 around McAllen into the Rio Grande Valley. Not bad in the borderland either, highs in the mid 80s. As we go into Saturday, well, here you go. 70s and 80s across the state. Not bad at all. And then we begin warming up on Sunday, but we could also have some shower chances, keep things on the cooler side across the state. High still in the 70s and 80s, probably into the 90s down into the Big Bend. But again, that is not bad at all for the second weekend of May. And as we head into mid-May, that's a blessing. We probably won't get too many cool fronts as we begin approaching early summer across the state. But again, today, tomorrow, and Thursday, the chance for some severe weather. Then this weekend, even though we'll have some rain chances, the severe weather risk looks low. We'll probably get back into a more active pattern sometime next week with the chance for some rowdy thunderstorms returning to Texas. But overall, after the next few days, we're looking at a break in the severe thunderstorm department. As always, we'll keep an eye on things here, and you can as well with the free Texas Storm Chasers mobile app. Just search for Texas Storm Chasers where you download apps for your device. You can get your local weather forecast, interactive weather radars, your daily Texas weather roundup, and more. We'll keep an eye on things. Otherwise, we'll be back to the normal schedule for Wednesday. So, see you tomorrow morning. Y'all have a great rest of your Tuesday. God bless.